Hello, dear Goenkans. I hope all of you are fine. Dear Goenkans, today in English we are going to talk about another interesting topic, that is letter writing, which is chapter number 23 of your Everyday English Grammar book. My dear lovely kids, as you all know that letters are a mean of communication. We humans communicate in many ways. In the current times, I understand, and we all understand, that letters are not written much, but they were always a medium of communication, and they still in present era are a mean of communication and are the cheapest mean of communication. No doubt we have internet facilities. World has turned into a global village, and we can communicate, we can broadcast any news that we want to share. We can use TV as a medium of communication, radio, we can use internet, emails, voice messages, phone calls, and text messages as well. But letter writing was never out of fashion, out of way. So here I'm going to talk about how do we learn how to write letters. Now, first of all, why do we write letters? We write letters to share ideas, thoughts, and information with one another. That is why I said letters are a medium of communication. If we want to convey any message to anyone else around or away from us, we want to share an idea or a thought or give any information, we can write a letter. Letters are of two types, formal and informal letters. Now, informal letters are the letters which we write to our friends and relatives. And we use casual language in writing informal letters, such as the birthday invitation, letter of acceptance for an invitation, something like that. Another type of letters are formal letters. Formal letters we write, for example, as formal invitation letters to invite guests to an official or a formal event, or even, for that matter, the applications that we write may be to our principal asking for something, for a favor of a leave, to our teachers. Anything of that sort is called a formal letter. Now, my dear kids, we should know first of all, a letter has three main parts, rather components, when it comes to letter writing. The first part of a letter is the starting part, what we call a header or introduction, in which we write the address, date, it can be receiver's address, it can be sender's address, date, it can be salutation as well, and recipient's name as well. Sender is the person who writes a letter, and recipient of a letter is the person for whom we have written that letter. Now, once we are done with the header or introduction of the letter, then we move to the body of the letter. The body of the letter contains the message that we want to convey with all the necessary details. Once we are done with the body of the letter and convey the message, whatever we have to give to the recipient of the letter, we have to close the letter. So for that, we have closing or footer. In the closing or footer, we give regards and we also write the sender's name, somebody who is sending the letter to the recipient. Now, these are the parts of the letters, both formal and informal. Now coming to what is the format or way of writing informal letters. So an informal letter contains the following parts. sender's address, that is the first thing. Then we write date. Next we write recipient's name. We start with a casual word, dear, right? It's dear. So dear XYZ, whosoever you are writing letter to. Then the body of the letter. Once we write the body of the letter, the message that we are giving to a friend, or any thought or any idea or any experience that we are sharing, once we are done with it, we need to close the letter. For closing the letter, we write the regards. Yours lovingly, affectionately. These are casual words that we use when we write a letter to friends and relatives. Those are informal letters. And then at the end, we close the letter by writing the name, the sender's name, somebody who is sending the letter. Now, my dear kids, we need to check when we write a formal letter, how do we write it? What is the difference between an informal letter and a formal letter that we'll come to know over here? We write formal invitation letters to invite guests to an official or a formal event. They contain the following parts. First thing that is same between the formal and informal letter is on the top, that is the sender's address, right? The way we write in informal letters. Next is date, which is again the same. Now, what is the difference between the two? That is recipient's name along with recipient's address. Now, recipient is the person who has to take the letter, for whom we have written the letter. So, his or her name and address. Then, another difference between the two is we use salutation, which means we address the formal person with sir and madam, right? So we write dear sir or respected sir, or we write dear madam or respected madam. This is what we call salutation, which is not present in the informal letter. Now, we write the body of the letter also in the formal way. We use formal words to address these formal letters to the recipients. Now, at the end of the letter, here's again a difference between the two. We, of course, give the regards and write the sender's name in both the places. But you can notice over here, in the informal letters, we use the words yours lovingly, yours affectionately. But in the formal letters, we write the formal words like yours sincerely, yours faithfully, yours truly. So, my dear kids, this is it for today. This is how I taught you the format and way of writing formal and informal letters. And I also told you the importance of letter writing and why do we write letters. This is it for today. I shall meet you again, inshallah, with another interesting topic. Till then, stay safe, take care, goodbye.